Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we got an introduction to this game. It is kind of interesting so far. Not much has happened yet, but we're getting introduced to the characters. So far we've had Uri, which is kind of the leader of his group, and also kind of mean. Sort of, kind of. And then there was, the other guy. I kind of forget his name. I'll have to write it down next chance I get. Anyway, we have a scene change here. Let's go ahead and find out what is going on. Oh, yes. Thank you, Strike Back. The other character is Lynn. Now then, scene change. So we got ourselves a cute female student. And try to figure out which one that is. I believe that I did really well on the exam, despite all the nervousness I was feeling all the while, and I have your generous assistance to thank for my success. Thank you, Dusk. So this is Dusk. Apparently likes reading stories and sympathizes with fictional women. Let me write his name down. In case it's not obvious, by the way, Dusk is the one in the robe. There is no need for gratitude, I assure you. The pursuit of an education in this field is not easy for any of us. It is only to our benefit to assist each other through these difficult times. Don't be so modest. You are truly a genius. Dusk has an innocent smile. Well, if you possess the grace to think of me this highly, my dear, then would you also be so kind as to consider becoming my girlfriend? Yeah, those would probably be my thoughts as well. And she is now a cute but now skeptical female student. I'm gonna enjoy these titles, I can tell. You are completely hopeless. Nervous laughter. Well, you could be right about that, miss. So, Dusk Langston, the third hero in our story. Although he would never tolerate being known as anyone's sidekick, although the most impulsive and hot-headed of the bunch, he actually possesses a soft-spoken and romantic side, always trying to act with his heart before anything based on human emotion. Tirelessly tries to master the art of northern long-blade swordsmanship in his attempt to not only protect the people of Elvania, but also to win the heart of the story's main heroine, who of course we have not met yet, nor have we entered Elvania. Dusk usually hides behind expressionless silence to avoid revealing any of the thoughts that lie deep within his heart, but he also tends to be the most hot-headed hero of all when confronted with injustices. Dusk is not physically very strong, however his vast knowledge of healing magic, which he doesn't have yet, is often the saving grace of the heroes in battle. Is a firm believer in the metaphor, the pen is mightier than the sword. When considering this game stars college students, I am disappointed to say that pens are not actually used as weapons in this game. Oh right, I remember Doc saying something about his questioning the exam results. So I guess there's just no end to this. Is it that difficult to believe that I have managed to grasp this knowledge well enough to lend a helping hand to my fellow classmates? Dusk scratches the side of his head. Well, I had best go back inside and straighten this mess out. But not before getting more information about our latest character. So, this is Dusk. He's an Aries. Okay, so that's actually like The, what is it called? The 12 zodiac signs, yeah. 35 HP. No equipment yet. And at the cost of 2 of his own HP, he can identify the HP of an enemy. It's a good thing it's that cheap. This ability in RPG Maker 1 only works in random encounters, so no use whatsoever against bosses. That said, I can't imagine myself using that very often. So we got an overstressed freshman. Oh dear, that exam just now has ruined my GPA for sure. Sucks to be you. Ooh, treasure. I'm gonna need you to get out of the way so I can get treasure. Oh, I can step further over here. Alright. An angel feather. Okay, what's that? Angel feather, revive. I'm probably gonna wind up using those plenty of times. Soon to retire professor. Out of my way, you little snot-nosed brat. You're the same as all those other worthless students of mine. You're all a bunch of slackers. You know what? I'm glad you're gonna retire. It's quiet in here. I'm gonna quietly steal the school's treasure some more. Oh, it actually belongs to Dusk. Found Dusk's first weapon, the Roach. Well, let's go ahead and equip that. Stripeback says, funny how he told you to get out of the way. You know, that is a good observation. So, 6 attack against a single enemy. Basically, in RPG Maker 1, that means 3 extra damage. This early in the game, that's not a bad start. What's up with you? You seem important. This is Dusk's Organic Chemistry Professor, also called the Machinator of Death. That is a cool title for a professor. Don't know how you kids manage this, but I could not be more pleased with the overall results of the exam. You young folk seem to wait for the most unexpected times to show up old fogies like me. Okay, this professor I like. Go home and rest now, but take that sword in the chest over there with you. You never know if some crazy nutcase might attack you on the way home. I don't think that'll happen as far as I remember. This is a nostalgic college dropout. Don't push yourself too hard, man. Okay, what's the other half of the conversation? Naive sophomore? How did you manage to get through that exam just now without breaking out in a cold sweat like the rest of us, Dusk? I mean, could it possibly ever get any more difficult than taking on a class in organic chemistry? Yeah, and we junior classmen have come to know it as the real world. No classes at this time, but I'm still gonna try them all just in case. Wonder why there's no music in here. I think I've had enough of this highbrow academic institution for a while. Hint, hint. Let's go somewhere else. And welcome to the world map. Let's go ahead and kind of explore it a bit. So I think this is the homie's home. I don't remember what all of these locations are. And in fact, I guarantee I have not actually been to them all the first time I played this. Stripeback says, it doesn't look much like Arkansas. Yeah, um, unless this is Arkansas after the planet has been flooded. So this is what was meant by clicking the joints in the paths. The game's creator could have just had a straight path from one place to the next, but one of them really didn't want the path actually going across water. The crib. Nice name for the location. While I have the chance, gonna want to save. Gotta save every chance you have in this game. Not only because that's a good idea in any RPG, but also because you never know how long it's gonna be before the next save point. Now then, hopefully Dusk has not missed out on pizza. Dusk is saying this deliberately poetic. I'm just gonna say it normally. To valiantly face against the crimson mistress of death who goes by the name of organic chemistry and send her to the abyss where she belongs with the holy sword of intelligence that I now skillfully wield. That was a mouthful. I do believe I have earned this victory of warm pizza and cold root beer. Too much spent in those books last night, eh? I am your typical bookworm. Get used to it. Alright then, call up the pizza place and order us some grub. So, what are you waiting on, Lynn? It isn't like some cute girl is going to show up on our doorstep to deliver the pizza personally. Not as long as Dusk is in the house, anyway. Right. Just be sure not to leave any left for Josh, in case he comes back home later on tonight after work. After all, he didn't put in on the expenses here. Oh, cell phone. Yo, you guys still do deliveries at this time? Cool. Alright, bring on the pepperoni then. I approve of this choice. These may seem like three ordinary young men during ordinary times here on this world of humans that the goddess of fate who created it chose to call the Earth. Yet, little are they aware that even humans such as they may sometimes be targeted as the unfortunate victims of the wheels of destiny, and that theirs may not be the only world in the known universe that must be saved from the hands of those who would wish destruction upon it. Soon, these three hapless heroes will learn of this creation's true origins and the meaning of the Avenian words Arath. I should have totally wrote that meaning down. Oh, first chapter, The Dawn Light. Bonds Eternal. You know, you have a much better memory than I do, Strike Back. Arath equals Bonds Eternal. We get to this point. All PS3 and EPSXE users, make sure scenario AA1 is loaded before pressing X. Okay, so, as a reminder, this game was created using RPG Maker 1 on the first PlayStation. The first PlayStation did not have a hard drive, so you had to save your games onto memory cards, which the game is telling me that I am now having to switch. Now, memory cards on PlayStation 1 could not hold a whole lot of memory. Thankfully, RPG Maker 1 has a function that allows you to store a single game on multiple memory cards, and in situations such as this, it is going to be prompting me to switch to a memory card with the next bit of data. So, typically, your average RPG Maker 1 game uses anywhere between 1 to 5 memory cards. This game, Arath, uses 19 memory cards. This is a big game. Like, you remember how long Gaiken took me when I played that? I'm willing to bet that this game is going to be just as long. I'm going to be at this for a few months. Of course, a lot of it has to do with how much dialogue is in the game. Again, I don't mind long cutscenes. It's all about how well written it is. So, continuing forth. Well, the pizza was great and all, but I think my having lost a few too many hands in poker these last few hours has forced me into a slightly buzzed state from the shots of ale, which you so proclaimed would make the game all the more interesting, Uri. Anyway, I have classes a lot earlier tomorrow morning than you guys do, so I'm afraid I am going to have to just call it a night here. Shh! Hold on! Did either of you two hear that just now? I didn't hear anything. It might be just because my air conditioning just kicked on behind me. Lynn is whispering. Yeah, it sounded as though someone is walking across the roof. What's going on here? All three immediately go still and fall silent, ears perked to see if they can hear anything else. I don't think that they had to listen too hard. What on earth? Someone's up there. I don't know about you two, but I am going outside to investigate right now. Alright, let's go. Or this doesn't feel right. I'm kind of interested in going up to that treasure chest that has oh so conveniently restocked itself after the memory card change. So let's not rush into this. This doesn't feel right. I have to agree with Dusk on this one. Whose crib does this belong to anyway? You got our backs or what, Uri? Alright already. Oh, is this but thou must? No, it's but thou must. Alright, let's go. Oh good, I still have an opportunity to figure out what I want to do here. Double check my items. Actually, let's check on Lynn real quick, because we haven't had a chance to do that yet. He's a Charmies. 37 HP. He's got a skill that takes 5 HP. Throw Stone. Causes 24 damage. Must be a pretty heavy and or sharp stone. Does Lynn have equipment? No. We only got equipment for Dusk so far. I don't think this treasure was here before. Oh, glad I'm grabbing these though. Lynn's first weapon, the L-shaped shuriken. What are these college students doing with these weapons? Ooh, that's a good one. Attack of 8, so 4 extra damage. And Uri's first weapon, the decorative sword. Well, for being decorative, it's still pretty good. Can I interact with this again? The title of this book reads Little Woman. Dusk is calmly cutting Uri's words off. Yes, Uri, I was saddened when the chapter happened where Elizabeth died. Shut up. Oh, root beer. Well, now I definitely gotta double check all the objects in here. An antidote. Cool. And that seems to be it. Let's go ahead and find out what's up out here. Well, there's a clown on their roof. A frighteningly clownish stranger. Gotcha! And just who are you, buddy? And here we thought it was actually someone dangerous looking about out here. Of course, judging from the clown suit, he may be just another escapee from the Magnolia home for the criminally insane. We'd probably better be careful when dealing with such outlandish folk. This isn't good. Something is very wrong with all of this. I see no need to give my name to 3 brats who are about to die, but if you insist on knowing, I am Grandis Marwyn. Gonna write that name down. Grandis Marwyn. And I am the one who is going to send you to your deaths, Uri Isley. What? How do you know who I am? Prepare yourselves. Man, I've had enough of this dude. Let's just jump him. And we got ourselves the first battle of the game. I'm gonna tell you right now, this might be the first battle of the game, but do not take him lightly. Arath assumes that you are very much experienced with playing video games and RPGs. It does not ease you in. So, let's start with using some strong attacks. Not identify, that's not strong at all. And also not useful in this fight because this is not a random encounter. And also throw a stone. 5 damage, poison. Oh, I forgot he's poisonous. First enemy you fight and he's poisonous. That would explain all the antidotes. Before I try curing it, what are we dealing with in regards to our regular attacks? 10? 13? Yeah, it is definitely beneficial to be using our special attacks. You can attack one more time. I forget if Grandis has any stronger attack on him. Okay, at this point I'm a little hesitant to use more text with Uri. I'll go ahead and throw one more stone. Okay, time to start with a little bit of healing. Have some root beer, Lynn, in the middle of fighting this clown. Oh, he's guarding. Alright, cool. Actually, that's not so cool, because he took less damage. And we're still taking poison damage. I would cure the poison, but he would just poison us again. Hi there, Beer Force! Welcome to the stream. I have just defeated the first enemy in the game. Ooh, free level up. Well, not free, but instant level up. And we got a dew clover. Also, $100. gold pieces, whichever. Uri noisily cackling or cracking his knuckles. Okay, that's enough. Now, I don't know what purpose you have for coming here, but you'd best leave this place now, unless you'd enjoy getting removed by us personally. We've obviously done him some harm, for he is no longer able to fight, but this is no common psychopath like Lynn has suggested. Something's inhuman about this person who calls himself Grandis Marwyn. Yes, thanks for reminding us his name, I guess. I have a feeling we may be in for some real trouble ahead. Get back to the retirement home, whoever you are, old man. Or do you still want a piece of us? Urgh, I don't understand. My lord warned me that these three may choose to cause trouble should they somehow find the way to Alvania. But still, even with my powers weakened almost to nothing since I crossed the path of Eden to this world, thanks for that information, I still should have been able to take care of them on my own. They're still only human after all. Curse the goddess of fate. Even now she must still be trying to interfere with our plans. What are you babbling about, man? Path of Eden? Goddess? And who is this lord of yours who sent you here? What is the connection between him and the three of us? You'd better tell us what's going on right now. That is magic? What? What's going on? Well, that just happened. And so, we are entering the meat of the adventure. Our college buddies are no longer in Kansas anymore. Arkansas, that is. That joke works better if it is pronounced the same. Whatever. Time for an episode break. We'll be right back. And when we come back, we're going to figure out where we are here.